Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I just received in the mail this Tarot of the Heart by Liz Dean and illustrated by Oliver Burston. Now, I got this one because it specifically deals with the cards in love and relationships. You get 25 cards, and I believe there's an extra one for faith, hope, and charity. And I just got this off of Amazon and I'm excited to get into it. But it's fortunate actually that it falls on a Wednesday that I'm doing this video, because Wednesdays are fabulous days for working with love and relationships. And I found that out in doing my little kits that I do for Gemini on a Wednesday ruled by Mercury, because when I really looked at the herbs that I put in my little bottle here, it really did appeal to working with love and love relationships, as well as the peonies and things like that, the rose quartz. I'm sure you've got tons of things that you could boost the energy of readings with at hand. You just have to hunt around. But the herbs were fascinating because, and I put them in my candle as well, using mugwort to bring clarity, a little bit of star anise for creating equilibrium. And vervain is great for love and friendship. Lovage, that's a herb that I grow and I sometimes put in soups and things. It's a wonderful herb to use to fall in love, to attract, to create reliable friends, and bring that partner forward. So if you're doing any love magic, look to the herbs, even in your cabinet that you have for cooking, and see if you can't bring the energy of what you're working towards, hoping for, forward. And if you've got a love deck, then you can certainly consult with it. But today I wanted to show that one. And also the other ones that I have for Liz Dean. This is one I started with years ago. It was fine. You get a great little book in it with some spreads in that. But I think it was the card stock. I wasn't thrilled with that. It looked sort of laminated but it has lasted me because I'm not rough on my cards. So that was nice to start with. And the other one is, I bought that Golden Tarot, but this one I did get at a thrift store. And these ones are a little bit brighter. Those were a little bit darker in imagery. These ones at least have a nicer cardstock. You don't get the super gloss. And it is pippish, but it does come with another great, easy to read book. And this deck was illustrated by Emma Garner. And, you've got your color little spots inside with lots of information. And so, I like the little kit idea. And I like having fun once in a while and not spending a whole hoard on a deck. Something that's economical. So those are the two that I have. And for this one too, I did put out some peonies to attract love, bring that all in. So my herbs are in the candle. I've got the ambiance set, and now I want to tear into the deck to see what it's all about. And if you can find a pink opal, that is great apparently to work with for love relationships and to inspire gentleness. So let's get into this. I'm really liking the front packaging so far because lots of us like a little bit of bling. There seems to be some foiling going on there in the heading. And I feel that these might be sort of old-fashioned, maybe? Let's just see. Get this open. Got a little bit of red going on down the banner there. These are not my favorite boxes because I always end up with the cards going down. And I can see that there's a little bit of damage there on the corner of that one. They've got it wrapped, so it does come out. So we'll pull that off. Not easily. And I must say that I can feel that the cards are not good quality stock. Not bad, but okay, but I do like the backs. That's all right. Yeah, so you've got some portraits here and crowns around the corners. But let's put it on our little easel, bring it over, and we'll zoom in, get ourselves positioned here for a really good look at what we got going here. All right, I do like the costumes. I do like the color. I think that's quite nice. So there is our Fool. Now, the book, it is a good hard tuck box, but you can see that some of the cards get damaged pushing them in and out. And it was, what, $26 I think I paid for it. Not an arm and a leg, but we do want them to last. Now, as I said, it's Liz working with Oliver Burston, and it is put out by Chico Books. And if we look at, oh, that's beautiful. So that is our card for charity. Nice full color inside, rich. 50 Ways to Divine Love. Now this says 2020. So not 2024, not brand new, hot on the press, but new to me. Oh, and we're getting some really nice size illustrations. And you can see there, who is he when it's upright and when it's reversed. Okay. So she's talking about modifiers. Okay. There are some of they're going to look gorgeous in layouts. Quite liking that. So she gives you ideas on shuffling and dealing the cards. Everybody's got their own way for that, but that looks like a nice book. And I'll get myself organized, my stuff out of the way, and let's take a peek. So the Fool. He has a lily, it looks like, in his hand. We have the dog. I really like the banner running through here, and he is on a cliff. So quite nice. And the background is subtle. Some of the colors are being harmonized here in his outfit. Quite nice. So these are not in order. These must be the 3 extra cards that we're going to get intermittently. So that is the one we saw in the book. She's calling that 24 Charity. The Magician. I've seen that face before in another deck. His robe is gorgeous. Didn't notice this right away, but that is the sword. Oh, and there's runic information in the background. That's kind of nice. Oh, gorgeous High Priestess. You know, I might be quite surprised with this deck. I think I'm drawn to the colors right off the bat. The rich, the golds, the silvers. And as I say, there's lots of subtle things going on in the background. And that looks like a fruit in the book. There is our Empress. Yeah, I think the illustrations were well done. It's hard sometimes when you can't see all the images and hold them. There used to be a store in Vancouver with a binder full of samples of card decks, tarot, oracle, and it was wonderful because there wasn't all the people reviewing decks online, and so you could go down there. I think it was called Dragons something, Dragon's Den maybe, and it was fabulous to see the samples. So you could run off to a little corner and sit and study all of them. That's a pretty nice looking emperor. Our high priest. So this is the second deck that I own then that has a high priest. The first one I discovered last week was in Silver Witchcraft Tarot that I reviewed in the last week. The Lovers, so that is what is on the front of the box. The Chariot. Justice. This deck didn't get a lot of good reviews on Amazon. People were disappointed that all the cards weren't there, but I have 2 or 3 decks where you're dealing with the majors only, especially for love and relationships. The Hermit. Love the staff. The Wheel of Fortune. Strength. The Hanged Man. Neat death card. Temperance. I presume those are supposed to be irises behind her and along the water edge. The Devil. I'll have to look inside the book and see if this is digitally put together or painted. The Tower. So it's not just the tower crumbling. That looks like a whole city. And I guess in relationships, you would say that when a relationship falls apart, it's not just the couple that is going through turmoil like we see in the Tower. There's all the other people connected to you and your partner, and that sort of crumbling and falling apart. The Star. Well, it is definitely the star, but I do get the idea of the pouring there like temperance. The Moon. Nice. The Sun. A little bit of a cute factor there in the sunflowers. Judgment. I gotta say, Oliver, you did a great job. The World. And these should be the extra ones. Faith. Has sort of a papass quality. There's our hope. And then we had that first one. If I can find it again, because that's the last one in the series there. So then we have charity. So if I find the other one, these are the 3 extra cards that we're getting. So I think that these look great in a spread. And I just want to go into the book for a second and see if there is a simple spread. So I'm just going to pause for a second here. Okay, there is kind of a neat one here. Making the mirror of love and fortune. So you're actually dividing the deck. You take it and you split it 0 to 9 and then 10 to 24. And the mirror, by dividing it this way, the 0 to 9 is to reveal your outer self or persona and the action you show to the world. And the 10 to 24 is your inner self or your hopes, virtues, and dreams. You can use the mirror for daily affirmations. Well, that's kind of neat. Okay, so romantic origins here. And think not you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. So there's some neat little stuff in here. Of course, you can do it for family love. It doesn't have to be. You can do it for secret love, marriage, love endings, and decisions. Very cute. Now, if I go to the back, let's just see what it says about that faith card. Who is she? Faith is the first of the theological virtues along with her sisters, hope and charity, and she represents the importance of spiritual and romantic commitment. When she's upright, you may need to reassess your relationship if loyalty, or lack of it, has been a recent issue. And that has more to it than that. Sometimes you get a question to ask yourself, but when it's reversed, it might talk about infidelity. So it says in here, one of you might be unfaithful, and this shakes your belief in monogamous love and causes you to question your judgment, your partner, and so forth. Okay, so let's see what it says about hope. Now, this could be the return of love. This is the second theological virtue, and hope shows that love is at hand. A card of aspiration and inspiration symbolized by a jeweled crown that floats in mid-air, tantalizingly within reach. If it's upright, it could herald a time of potential and renewal. And when it's reversed, do not hold too much hope that a relationship or potential love match will survive. So that would go that way. Be honest rather than idealize a situation that holds little promise of true love. Guard your heart. Ooh. Okay, so then if we look at the last one, which is charity. Okay, who is she? She's the third theological virtue. Charity parts her dark cloak with her left hand to reveal a flaming heart, a symbol of passion seen in images of Aphrodite, Venus, goddess of love. Okay, in a relationship, you share great love and passion, which brings happiness to others, particularly close friends, relatives, and children. If you are looking for love, charity may usher in an older suitor or someone who is evolved in their outlook. I like the book because you're not getting a rehash of lots of stuff. So when she's reversed, dun, 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 the passion in a relationship ebbs. The way you relate to someone is changing, and maybe you keep a little of yourself hidden or become competitive with a close friend or lover. Well, I think it's a darling little deck, and I can't wait to work with it. I wish I had a pink opal, but I don't, so I'll have to make do with my opal that I have here, some rose quartz. I like the fact that I can use the Magician to work on communication, and I can use the Lover's card for actual relationships, and that goes with Gemini, ruled by Mercury, on a Wednesday. How cool. So I can say that I quite like this, and I think if you read for others around love and relationships, or if you want to explore some of the relationships between children and family members, this might be quite neat. So I'm going to say happy Wednesday to everybody, and I guess if you have any decks that you work with for relationships, let me know.